Global bourses are mixed on Monday. Asia equities were lower overnight, and this came as China's markets were shaken by a bond sell-off, as well as new signs of a slowdown in the domestic property market. Here in the U.S., an early afternoon speech from Fed Reserve Chair Janet Yellen on the state of the labor market will be closely monitored. This is the first statement since the Fed raised rates and issued a hawkish forecast for future hikes. Now, last Friday, U.S. indices closed lower, dragging shares in the transportation as well as semiconductors and semiconductor equipment and bank sectors lower. Meanwhile, shares in the utilities, real estate, as well as food, beverage, and tobacco sectors closed higher at the end of last week. And on the economic data front, housing starts decreased to 1.09 million here in the U.S. in November from 1.34 million in the previous month. And in other news, building permits shrunk to 1.2 million in November compared to 1.26 million in October. As for your advancers and decliners, 59% of S&P 500 constituents traded lower on Friday. In terms of today's earnings releases, it is fairly quiet. We will be getting fourth quarter earnings from Lennar. And on the economic data front, at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, the December preliminary market U.S. services PMI and composite PMI will be released. Now, taking a look at overseas markets, Asian markets were mostly lower today. The Nikkei was nearly flat, the Hang Seng off minus 0.85%, and South Korea's Kospi down 0.2%. European indices are consolidating and trading mixed. As for the U.S. equity indices, the S&P 500 is expected to see consolidation. Trading central analysts prefer short positions below 2264 with targets at 2253 and 2248 in extension. As for the Nasdaq on an intraday basis, consolidation is in place, and that is also true for the Dow Industrials Average.